Hey guys, good morning. Gold is looking like it's looking choppy right now. So, and the volatility is looking normal, like it's not that bad today. Uh, so welcome everyone to Bullion Bulls trading. As you know, we follow a strict regime here of ensuring that we have confluences across the board. We will first start with 30-minute time frame. We'll look at, 30-minute time frame is pointing towards buy, 15-minute time frame is pointing towards buy, 5-minute time frame is still on the sell side, and 1-minute time frame is also on the sell side. We have Congress voting today at 4 p.m. On the Iran and the U.S. war. So I expect not a lot of movement in the market today. The market must be, it'll be less. There'll be less movement today because of the vote happening. We can quickly go through the Forex Factory and see if we have any news. So what is the date today? It is 4th March, and we do see we have uh, at 8 a.m. we have ISM services PMI. So we'll just have to wait for the news to pass, and then we potentially can see some volatility coming back into the market. So we're just going to wait for now, and let's go back and look at the volatility and see when gold is most volatile. Gold is most volatile at 7 a.m. Right now it's 7:30, so it's between 7 and 8 a.m. This is my time, Mountain Standard Time, whereas the Eastern Time is going to be between 9 and 10 a.m. Right? So let's go to the news and see if we have any news coming in. Let's see. It was targeted by 2 missiles. Oman ship under fire near Strait of Hormuz. Oman Malta flagged cargo ship under fire. In 2 weeks will restart gas liquefaction after a full shutdown. If Israel attacks the Iranian embassy in Beirut. Silence along with Bahrain. Regional countries to conduct mediation efforts. Okay, China is getting involved. So that means there is going to be, maybe it's going to, maybe bring a war to a close, or it's going to, at least ensure there's no longer, an aggressive war being fought. So we just got to see that. For now, we're just waiting for the 8 a.m. news. We can quickly go through the market and see, okay, how the market is looking. So we can right away see that we have the previous day high, and previous day low mark right here. And price is literally trading pretty much at the 50% mark, if you see, right? So it's testing the 50% mark, and it's trading within the candle, right? It's trading within the candle. So market could be rangy today. We might not see a lot of movement, because for a movement to happen, we either need to see a break of the high or break of the low. If those two things take place, we know that we are looking for a more kind of a trendy move, trend day today. Trend day if that happens, right? We can go to 30-minute chart, and we can see that price is ranging within the band. This tells us there is not a lot of movement in the market. So when there's not a lot of movement in the market, you will see price starting to range inside the band. And that's when you don't want to be, entering trades. And this is where Bullion Bulls dashboard regime comes into play, where we only look at trades when everything aligns, and that's when we get our best setups in the market. So based on the oscillator, we see 30-minute chart is bullish, 15-minute chart is bullish, 5-minute chart is bearish, and 1-minute chart is bearish. So what we want is we want everything to get aligned. And once everything gets aligned, potentially that's when we start looking for entries. But that is just one criteria. We have another criteria, which is our band itself. So for the trade to happen, we need to see price trending nicely on the upside or trending nicely on the downside. So price has to be below the band and trending to the downside, or price has to be above the band, trending to the upside for a bullish move. And then everything has to align with the overall volume, right? So right now we're just waiting for the news at 8 a.m. Once that news comes out, then we will trade. Like we'll start trading after that. One thing I wanted to share with you guys today, which I just came across recently, is anyone who trades gold needs to know about GVZ. It's a gold volatility index, and what it does is it tells you when there's volatility in gold versus when there is no volatility in gold. This can help you trade those explosive moves that happen in the market beforehand. So when they happen, you kind of understand why those moves are happening and you can take those setups. So we, as gold traders, we should be using GVZ instead of Wix. So we're just waiting on gold. As soon as GVZ starts like this is where you need to be looking to see if there is volatility and what time GVZ opens. That's the key here, right? It opens at 9:30, and what time is it right now? Why is it not moving? That's the question here, right? So we need to see why GVZ is not moving. GVZ, let's see this one. Okay, maybe guys, we'll have to go back and figure out like why is it not moving. I do see that we have price action from Tuesday, and it started on at 9:30, and right now, okay, wait. What time it is? What time is it using? Okay, 16:59, 15:59, 9:31. Okay, what is this? 15:59. Yeah, it's about to open, guys. I think it's about to open, and as soon as it opens, we will understand, the market dynamics. So it's 15:59, and we should start seeing it opening up soon. So as soon as it opens, uh, you know, this is something you should be using as part of your analysis. Like we just need to confirm that first to see if it's the right chart. And then once we confirm that, this is something we should be keeping an eye on because it helps you measure gold volatility and you don't get caught blindsided, right? So, for example, here the gold was in range, then gold started ranging up to the upside, the volatility started going up, then volatility started decreasing, then again, volatility kind of stayed in this range and then started pushing back up. So now we're seeing this higher low being created and volatility is starting to pick up again. So all we need to see, guys, is if we are going to get that 931 candle, right? So we just need to see, okay, 15:59. I don't know, guys, like what's going on here? Why is it not picking up, and why it's saying pre-market no trades? Let me see. GVZ. Okay. Okay, so we'll just see if something happens and then we'll come back. But yeah, this is something that I came across and could be extremely useful for us as gold traders to be using when we do take trades in the markets. For now, guys, we are still waiting for the news because the market is extremely rangy right now. It's choppy, so we're gonna wait for the 8 a.m. news. We're just gonna wait and watch. Um, we're just gonna wait and watch and look at the structure overall. Uh, 30-minute chart, as we mentioned earlier, price is ranging between the previous day high and the previous day low. Ideally, it's at the 50% mark right now, so we don't do anything in the middle. Remember, either if we look for highs, sells at the highs or buys at the lows, and in the middle there's nothing, right? And then when candles are inside the band, you know that the volatility is starting to come down as well. Like you see, the volatility is starting to come down, and the price starts to trend inside the band. All we got to do is wait for now the time frames to align, plus we need to see our structure forming, and then we need to see price either coming down, which will happen potentially at the news event. So like potentially we should see something like this, and then like and then pushing up. Like since the bias is bearish, move that could happen in the market is going to be, price goes up and then starts coming down, right? Like it starts come down here. So this is something we just guys need to keep an eye on today. Overall, I don't expect a lot of move today because we have the Congress approving, Congress actually voting, U.S. Congress voting on, the Iran and the U.S. war today. So we just gotta wait for now and be patient. Yesterday was a bit slow too as well. Like I don't think I was like I was just it was just too aggressive of a market yesterday. Yeah, a lot of volatility in the market yesterday, but I do believe that once that 8 a.m. news comes out, we might see some movement. Even if we don't see the movement, we might end our stream early today because then we will just have to wait for the Congress's vote that happens at 4 p.m. today to potentially look for trade opportunities that can uh, help us like trade opportunities that we want in the market, right? So for now, you can see the volume is not giving us any story right now. Even like everything is kind of flat, noise like so with the like it's all choppy right now. So we're just gonna wait for now. Okay, guys, I'll be back, and you guys just keep an eye on the screen for now. And in 15 minutes, I'll be back when the news comes out. Yeah, guys, so I just saw this movement on GVZ. So this is something that we need to keep an eye on because it worked exactly the way we thought it would work. So GVZ is at 36.62, so it kind of opened down, which tells us there is low volatility in the market. So market is showing kind of low volatility right now in the market. So this kind of helps us uh, knowing that now we can actually like now we have some measure to use to understand gold volatility, because as gold traders we want GVZ. So as it's going down, we know there's less volatility in the market compared to yesterday, where it was like it was high volatility yesterday. So right now it's low volatility in the market, and we can see that gap down, and that is reflective of the price that we see in the market as well, that we don't have any volatility in the market, right? So it's low volatility. And GVZ is pointing towards low volatility as well. So just keep an eye on that, guys. Wait for now. And yeah, so this is a great discovery for us as gold traders, that GVZ is something that we need to use as gold traders to ensure that we assess the volatility in the market, which actually helps us with the position sizing. And it also helps us with measuring our risk in the market as well. So let's see what happens. Yeah, normally what happens is whenever there is red news days like this, you don't want to be trading because these are significant events and price will find a directional move after such an event. So these moves can be very, very risky in the market, and you don't want to be taking these trades, especially right now, right? So you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait. Yeah, even though it's very enticing, but better to stay away from such trades because these are aggressive moves. Volume is picking up, yes, but since it's red news day, we will be trading after 8 a.m. But it's good to observe the markets. We can observe and see how the price action performs. We did get a signal. Remember, this is the lowest probability signal that we have in this combination. And we just have to wait for now. Means bias is bearish, yes. Means slope is strong, yes. Band visibly doesn't look clean. Guys, give me a minute. I'm just getting a call, okay? Yeah, guys, so we're just waiting for the news, 7 minutes to news. Let's go back quickly and see if we have any. Um, so this measures, guys, the website is called metaf.net. It measures, when the gold is most volatile. So you guys can find basically trades uh, that would give you the best opportunities in the market. Yeah, I was getting some background noise, so that's why I was like, where this noise is coming from, right? So yeah, I kind of figured it out. It was from one of the ads on this website. But yeah, so so going back to the point, right? So here gold gave you at 7 a.m. 5,261 pips move, just at like right at 7 a.m., which is going to be 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and it's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern. And then kind of volatility starts to go down, and it pretty much goes down all the way down at like it starts to go down. So the best hours to trade is going to be potentially these 2 to 3 hours, right? So we just got to keep that in mind. Uh, you guys need to look at the news, 4 minutes to the news. Remember, always, if you want to know what impact this news is going to have, you can go and look at, okay, what that means, what it measures, and is it good for the currency, which is the dollar in this case? Is it good for it or not, right? So if it's something is good for dollar is going to go up and gold is going to go down. So these are some of the things you guys need to keep in mind when you're trading gold. And these are some of the things I learned over course of years. Uh, you know, mainly it's just been trial and error. But anyone who's watching this live stream can actually see these steps that you have to take to ensure that chart gives you a clear picture and you find your high probability trades or high probability setups whenever you take these moves, right? So don't just depend on the chart, depend on your need. Take a good look at your upcoming events that can happen, volatility, when is the most volatility. So you want to place yourself in gold when there's most volatility, and you want to take those trades at those times, right? And then you can go back and look at the financial juice and see, okay, uh, we have what kind of news is coming up? Is there any breaking news? Because the breaking news is going to have an impact. Because during Trump's tenure as president, what we are noticing is that market is heavily dependent on news. It's driven through news events, right? So right now, we're just seeing gold doing its thing, and we're waiting for gold to potentially make that move at around 8 a.m. And it's kind of ranging in the middle. So as I mentioned earlier, we have the daily high and the daily low. So previous day high, previous day low, and price is kind of ranging inside the two, right? So this is something you guys need to keep in mind. And ideally, what we want is we want price to either break out or reject, and then give us a move to the other side. You can look at 30-minute as well, and you can see 30-minute is bearish as well. So we're just going to wait for the news, guys. I'll be back. I'm back, guys. 30 seconds to the news. Let's see what happens. It's 30 seconds to the news. And then we'll plan our next move. Like, how do we want to, take advantage of the move if any move happens after the news. Normally, we should see a directional move after such a news. However, it just depends on the data and it depends on what the news impact will be on the markets. Let's see what the news is so we can understand. Okay. Okay, so it was 53.5, it's 56.1. Actually, greater than forecast is good for currency. So dollar should be going up. We should see dollar going up and gold going down. But it totally depends on our regime, like overall our confluences, our volume, our overall bias. So our bias decides the first thing which direction we're looking for. So right now the overall bias is bearish. However, in order for us to ensure that we are taking the right direction, we want to wait for 30 minutes to become bearish. We want to take 15 minutes to become bearish, 5 minutes to become bearish, and then 1 minute to become, which is already bearish, right? So we want all four time frames to align. And then next we want our structure. We want price structure, right? Price nicely trending below the band for being bearish and trending above the band for being bullish. And also we want the volume to confirm the move for us as well. Ideally, you would want to see price pushing up to this level, giving us a sell signal, and then slowly start to come down to go back to the previous day low, right? This is the kind of move you're looking for. So let's see what happens in the market today. So far, the move is like I don't see a lot of move happening right now. Let's see. Volume is picking up, but we just gotta wait and watch because there's no point of going against the bias, right? You don't want to go against the bias, especially when some of the time frames are not aligned. You want all time frames to be aligned to take the trade. Like a short-term counter trend move could be that all three times, like the 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute are bullish and 1 minute turns bearish. And then as soon as it turns bearish, you're looking for that reversal move to the upside, to the bull side. As soon as it changes from pink to blue, you're ready to take the trade, right? So this is how basically we would be looking for trades, because this will give you A+ setups. This will give you low risk setups and high probability trades. And as traders, that's the kind of environment we want to trade with. We want to trade during low resistance, high probability times as traders. Let's wait what happens to gold. Just gonna wait for now. Normally, like after such a news, 15 minutes after such a news, 15 to 30 minutes, like that's when you want to see a good setup forming. But if we don't see a setup, then we should keep in mind that there is a vote happening tonight, like this at 4 p.m. Eastern. So that could be a reason that we don't see a lot of movement happening in gold. But yeah, still the market just opened, so we just want to see, if gold makes those moves. Just waiting for now, guys. Waiting to see dollar. Dollar is going up, so we should see a down move on gold. Volume is starting to pick up. On the downside, we see a lot of selling happening. However, we are still on the choppy side. So we just gotta wait for a trend to form and then potentially plan to take that move to the downside. This is a good setup forming here. Normally a breakout trade will happen when price, expands below, like that's very high probability breakouts. Those are very high probability breakouts, but we have a condition where we would see, a breakout happening out of this range, the range that you see here, through the trend master. If sellers start to dominate aggressively, then buyers would have to give up and price would start trending down. But for now, we're not seeing those conditions develop. So we're just going to wait for now. Just going to wait for now. Yeah, guys, so we just gotta wait for the trade setup to form. Potentially a breakout to the downside can be a quick trade for us, because this would be considered as a breakout trade for us. However, we want to see sellers start to dominate on one side and buyers significantly getting weaker. As long as we don't see that, like, there's no point of taking breakouts. Remember, breakouts are going to be ideal. Breakout trading is ideal, and you would see it succeeding whenever your previous day high either gets broken, so there's expansion to the upside, or broken down. Like if the previous day low gets broken, then you have your distribution to the downside, right? Expansion, distribution. So we just gotta wait for now, guys. Not looking for any trades right now. It's just range bound right now, pretty much. And we just have to see if volume can start dominating on one side. Volume starts to dominate on one side, we can potentially start looking for trades. Yeah, this is a channel that we draw. We're drawing channel, and then if there is any movement that happens, but that has to coincide with our volume as well. If there's no volume, if there's no sellers coming in the market, we would not see price breaking down. And the way you guys are gonna learn about trading on this channel, you're going to learn about the overall picture of the market and is the market ideal for taking trades right now, right? Right now, each candle is giving us 80 pip move, which is extremely, which is higher than normal, which should be like 30 to 20, 25 to 30 pip, right? Right now we're getting almost 76 pip move. So we're just gonna wait and see if this is buyers significantly get weaker. We're gonna open a trade here. If this breaks, which it did it break with volume? Not really. We need to see volume dominating on one side. Let's see. No, it's just a fake out. Yeah. What we want to see is we want to see buyers starting to disappear and sellers starting to come in heavy. Those are the kind of moves that we would want to see. For now, we're just gonna wait, not jump in, do not take any impulsive trades. We're gonna wait for now. Market is trying to break down, which is ideal in this case because Dixie is rising. We're seeing dollar going up. So for now, we're just gonna wait. Dollar is going up. So we're just gonna wait and see if we can get a trade. I think here sellers are starting to come in heavy. Buyers are starting to disappear. Potentially, as soon as this candle closes, we will have an idea. We need to wait for the candle close. Let's see what happens here. We need to close below the 50% mark for us to be successful in ensuring that we have sellers coming in heavy. Yeah, breakout style trading is less likely to work on a day like today. However, we're going to try to take a setup depending on the market. If the market offers it to us, we'll take it. And this is one of the setups that we do take normally on the streams. So I'm gonna go as soon as this candle closes, and then yeah, that would be one of our setups. I think everything is looking ideal. Overall bias is bearish. Sellers are coming in heavy. Price stopped. We have to wait. Yeah, I'll be entering at the candle close. Stop will be right below above the candle. Always you want to enter at candle closes, because we did not see our confirmations. So I'll try to take the candle close here, and we'll wait to see if we get stopped out. Ideally, we should see a continuation going down now. But however, if it reverses, that is something we need to keep in mind. High risk trade, breakout trades will not work on a day like today. However, let's see what happens. It is trending, band is mixed, but we do have volume on our side. So we'll see if that works. Volume is still on the sell side. Yeah, and if we don't like if we don't get a good trade today, we'll just call it a day. We took the trade for the live stream, so we're gonna go short here, and then stop is gonna be right above here. TP is gonna be minimum 1 to 2. Or we can target, yeah, minimum 1 to 2. Or target minimum 1 to 2 right here. Let's see what happens. Stop goes right above the band. This could be just a break and retest. So break, then a retest, and then push back down. Let's see if that's the case. Yeah, the band is, band is coming down. We do see volume coming in to the sell side. We do want to see a continuation move to the downside. Dollar is going up. Gold could come down. Because, a lot of the times, normally gold should be moving with dollar, but sometimes gold just does its own thing, which is classic manipulation. So we just got to wait and see, if we can get a continuation move to the downside. Or it could be just it took the liquidity and now it's going to push back up, right? So there is there's that possibility as well. Yeah, this is one of our breakout setups that we take on this channel. And breakout setups ideally work when the market is either expanding to the upside or distributing to the downside, which is breaking previous day low or breaking above previous day high. For now, we're just gonna wait. Price has broke out and then reversed back into the range. Like overall price is still bearish. Sellers are heavy in the market right now. So we're gonna wait. It's only when buyers start to dominate, which is gonna be denominated by, at least, buyers starting to jump in, a lot of buyers coming in aggressively. That's when, we would be potentially closing our trade earlier than it hits stop loss, right? So for now, we're just gonna wait. We're not in a rush. Uh, we took a breakout trade setup that normally we normally do take that setup whenever the volume is heavy on one side. For now, we're just gonna wait and see if we can get a continuation move to the downside as we expect gold to pull back. And we can still trail our stop if we want, right? So the top of the band, we can trail our stop all the way here, so to reduce our risk, because our band helps us with the risk management as well, right? All we need to see is this starting to become aggressively higher than this, and then we should potentially be looking to close our trade. But for now, things are, and then that would also tell us that the market is choppy, like it's rangy right now. There's no point of trading it. We're just Normally what happens with breakout trades is like they would move aggressively to one side, but in this case you can see price broke out of the channel and then went back into the channel, along with volume starting to pick up as well. So we still have some criterias. We need to see, okay, volume is picking up. I think yeah, I think if volume doesn't die down on the buy side, we might just have to close the trade. Yeah, breakout trades are risky, but when they do work, means they are the most giving trades because they would give you pretty much right away. Let's see if buyers come in. If not, then we will just close the trade. For now, we're just gonna wait. No, sorry, sellers come in. If they don't come in, like, we will just close the trade and, you know, come back tomorrow, because it's just the market is not behaving the way we want it to behave, right? So okay guys, I think I'm just gonna close my trade if it hits our stop. Like, I'm not gonna be holding this trade at all. It's just going okay, almost there. Yeah, one thing I'm gonna make a habit of right now is, you know, number one, I want everyone to have a habit of putting your stops and then ensuring that you risk based on your stop size, right? You don't want to be risking more on a single trade, because remember, it's probabilities. Higher probability trade setups are gonna be higher. You can add more risk to those, but low probability setups you can add less risk to those, right? Today is a low risk environment, so I added low risk to this particular trade because we did not have the distribution or the expansion. We need distribution to push down, and we need expansion to push up. And that's when breakout style trading will work extremely well. You just gotta wait, guys. We're almost about to hit our stop. And almost there. And you know, these snapback kind of days, like when price pushes to one side and then snapbacks quickly, should tell you that it's a low liquidity day. Like, there's not a lot of liquidity in the market, and bots are pretty much hunting the liquidity. So no matter wherever you take the trade, they will just try to push it to another side or to one side to try to hit your stop losses, because it's a liquidity. They're trying to, hunt liquidity. So the real participation would be missing on such days. If you see price, you know, pushing to one side and then snapping back quickly. These are kind of days that you want to be avoid. You want to avoid trading. You don't want to be taking setups. High probability setups will not even work on such days. So just keep that in mind. Once you learn to filter out such days, it becomes easier for you to trade. We're almost there, guys. I think it's about to hit our stop. Oh, it hit our stop. Okay, guys, I'm out. I'm out of trade. And now even if it goes back in our direction, it's mainly just because of the bots, right? So they hit our stop and now they want to reverse the market and take it to the other side, which is okay. Because we followed our plan, we followed our risk management, and it stopped us out, which is okay. We'll find Another thing that we have discovered is that, you know, range days are not going to be ideal for breakout style trading, as I mentioned earlier, right? So this was a high risk trade because breakout setups are high risk, but the exact time these work are when we have either expansion days or distribution days. So we had a loss, guys. But this is a snapback day. It's a snapback day, and such days would be considered low probability days. But you remember, as I mentioned, means this is these we are trading on demo. We are not. We don't want you to copy us. We're not responsible for any losses that happen due to copying these trades. And we advise everyone to follow risk management and trade on demo accounts before you start trading on live accounts. Yeah, sometimes such days will come, like when you will take a trade and it will reverse exactly from your entry point, right? So this is kind of a day that is doing that. Like, so we just have to wait for now. We might try another setup if it forms, but no more breakout trading based on what we saw here. We'll just wait for now. How's 30-minute looking? Yeah, 30-minute is bearish overall structure wise, but bullish oscillator wise, right? So we're just going to be waiting for now. It's in a range. We get a breakout, price reverse back into the range, into this range, took out our stop here, like here, and now it's starting to push up. Overall structure is still bearish. And the best part about the whole experience is that you can look at your volatility, right? We can see that volatility starts to, like, the number of pips in a range start to go down as we move between from 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., and it starts to just continuously keep going down. Potentially just look at these 3 hours, and that's what we do normally. It seems like BTC is expanding today. BTC is in expansion phase. And why is that? Why is that? Yeah, like if you can see, BTC is expanding really well today. And that's where the money flow is today. And if you look at here, you have the expansion out of the previous day candle. And then, however, overall price direction is still bearish on BTC. Everything is bullish. Daily is bullish. Weekly is bearish. It has broken the weekly candle. It's broken the daily candle. So it has broken out of this level right here. Previous day candle, it just broke out. Previous day high. Previous day high and previous day low. So it broke out of that. This one is ideal. And potentially breakout trading will work here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these are the kind of setups that will work here. Yeah, so breakout is happening here. Normally want to see the perpetuals. And yeah. Why is it rebounding? There's no news. There's no reason for the big Bitcoin's rebound. So yeah. Overall market's just been the only market that is looking good today is actually just the Bitcoin. Just the Bitcoin, yeah. Where's BTC? Yeah. Yeah, it's expansion out of the range, out of the previous day high, previous day low. And then we have the 30-minute is looking bullish, 15-minute is looking bullish, 5-minute is looking bullish, 1-minute is looking bullish. So that's why, trading BTC, for people who trade BTC, is a good idea today, because BTC is going to give you that good move, and you should be looking to trade BTC. But on this channel, we only trade gold. So we'll be only looking at gold today, and gold doesn't look like it's tradable today. If you look at it, right? Previous day high, previous day low, price is trading within previous day high and previous day low. It's not going to one side or the other. So we just gotta wait for now. Gold is starting to trend to the upside. Let's see what happens. We'll see if we can get a setup. Okay. But BTC is very, very manipulative too. Like, it gives you this big move, and then it will just reverse and take away all the whole move that it gave, right? So This is something with BTC that happens often, and we just got to be very, very mindful of that. I don't know if this is a good setup here. Do see volume, but I don't see everything matching, right? So volatility is low. Yeah, below the EMA, before the cross, it doesn't make sense to take these setups. It is these buy setups. So we'll just wait. Normally trading them when the price is above and the band is above, we will be able to take those trades. However, right now, 1 minute is becoming bullish, 5 minute is bearish, 15 minute is bullish, 30 minute is bullish, right? So we're just waiting for now. Like, we're not gonna take any trades. Market is not ideal today. Market is not ideal, and there's no point of taking risk in the market where it's hard to read the direction. So right now, we're just gonna wait and potentially just it's gonna be end of our stream basically, right? So you will not see a trade setup forming today during this live stream. Yeah, you see, it reached the max drawdown rule that we have set for ourselves on this particular trade. Normally, we would not see drawdowns, right? So we would not see drawdowns in such a trade setup when it forms under ideal conditions. Today, the conditions are not ideal, and it formed, and we did not see it. It's showing that continuation, right? So this is something we need to keep in mind, that days when there is expansion, we'll see breakouts happening. Days where there's distribution, we'll see breakouts happening, succeeding, following through. But days like these, where the market's choppy, non-directional, volume is kind of mixed as well. It tells us that there's some macro factor that is impacting the market, and it's not giving us the ideal move that we are looking as traders to trade. Ideal environment actually, as traders to trade. So we're just gonna wait for now. Just keep an eye on anyone who wants to look at BTC. BTC is looking pretty good today. Yeah, and the beauty of our Bullion Bulls trading system is that, like, it will find you good opportunities in the market if you know when to use it and how to use it, right? And that's what I'm increasingly looking at, is that the best way to use the system is to ensure that you have the oscillator, really dialed in within all the time frames. You have the structure, which is bullish, and then you have also got a volume assessment, which helps you assess whether you want to be jumping into a trade or just sitting on the sidelines. Yeah, so if you look at here, means BTC did bulk of its move during the London session, and then it pulled back, and then the move during the New York session, right? For gold, what did gold do? Gold pretty much created a high, then created a high. So it's been trading, and basically this is the break that happened, but it didn't follow through as part of our sell, right? So anyone who took a buy here If we would have taken a buy here, we would have gotten stopped out, right? So market is kind of in a range right now, and it just doesn't make sense to take trades. But yeah, like if you look at every other instrument, you'll see, okay, let's look at this. This is just for practice, guys. Like we're not trading these instruments. We're just going through the charts quickly to see if we have, the breakout style trading visible. So you can see this is like pretty much market ranging. It's range bound market right now. Then we have gold is ranging, WTI. You can see we have high and low, price is kind of ranging in the middle. And it's mainly because of the macro factors, right? So silver is like, where's the previous day high, previous day high, previous day low. Silver is doing pretty much exactly what gold is doing, right? Euro USD, exactly the same thing. You can see pretty much it's the exact same thing on the charts, right? You have the previous day low and you have the previous day high, basically, right? And that's why you're seeing movement in Bitcoin, is because gold is not, like, nothing is moving, right? So what traders are doing, they're trading Bitcoin today, and yeah, like look at this, like it's still in a range as well, right? So nothing is, pretty much everything is kind of in a range. Even I think ETH is going to be breaking out as well. So yeah, ETH broke out as well. Previous day high, previous day low. You can see price broke out. We'll go back to the band and we'll see nice trend to the upside. Yeah, and that's exactly what we see, right? So we have the CHS, we have the change of character. Then we have our signal. We got the break of structure, and then price just kind of started pushing up, right? So, and you can see that the breakout moves will take place here. So we took a breakout here, and we had another breakout right here, and then we had another breakout right here. So breakouts will happen in such an environment, right? So this is something we need to keep in mind when we are trading these instruments, is that why something is moving. Number one, you need to know why something is moving, right? There should be a reason behind the move. So 77,000 ETH gone from the Binance to anonymous wallet as crypto market goes back to green. Okay, so right now we need to, if everyone has got like their notebooks, you guys can write it down why the market is moving. Number two, is it above its previous day high or low, right? And we want to see, bias. You want to see volume, right? And then expansion or distribution. Then breakout becomes valid. Right? Yeah, so these are some points that you need to write down to help you guys trade the markets really well, assess the conditions really well. So think about it, guys. Like, so today we traded gold, right? We traded gold. We took this trade and the trade reversed on us, right? Now we know going forward that when is breakout style trading valid, right? And then that's when you take breakout style setups. And this is something that I wanted to actually test in the market, because remember, the losses you take is the fee you're paying to the market to learn. Never consider your losses as losses. Consider them as, fee you paid to the market to learn from an experience that you wouldn't have learned otherwise by reading a book or anything like that, right? So doing things practically yourself is going to help you a lot more in learning, compared to trying to blindly follow someone and not really understanding the context behind the move, right? What is happening behind the move? Like, why is the move happening, right? And when can such a move take place? Because when such a move takes place, you can position yourself in the market to take advantage or leverage those conditions in your favor, right? Now, we can try breakout again, but I don't want to, because in such a condition, breakout style trading is not working. So I'm not going to be taking any breakouts anymore, especially in the market today. And going forward, we're going to be avoiding any breakout trades, especially when there is no distribution or no expansion. Yesterday, we had distribution, and that's why we saw, if you go back to the market, right? So let's go back here. You can see that yesterday we had distribution. So if you go to the daily chart, you'll see that, okay, this was the previous day high, this was the previous day low, the prior day high, prior day low, and then this is like the previous day low. And if we go back, you'll see that price did respect the breakout style trading pretty much all the way through to the low, right? So this is something you need to keep in mind. At breakout style trading, when will it work? When will it not work? This is something that once you learn, you don't have to worry about when the market conditions are going to be ideal, because now you know, okay, price opened above previous day high, I'm looking for breakout style trading. Price opened below previous day low, I'm looking for breakout style trading, because those are the ideal times to actually trade such setups. So this is something I shared with you guys only, right? We will see this pushing through. If this pushes through, like, we will be just sitting on the sideline. We'll not be taking a trade, because market is in that snapback mode where you will try to take a setup. They will try to hunt your liquidity, because we have a big event happening at 4 p.m. This evening, which is the Congress voting for the Iran versus the US war. So we're just going to wait for now, guys. No trading, because we don't see anything, any alignment here. We do see price closing below the band. We want to wait for the 11-minute mark. And this could just be a fake out, another fake out just like this. And then price just pushes up. And eventually it turns out that we are just in a range. It's just a range bound market. And price is just bringing people up and down, taking your stops here, building liquidity, and then, making that big move once that vote happens, right? We just want to be cognizant of that, and we want to see potentially any news coming out. We have no news. There's nothing coming out. Okay, you have struck or sunk to the bottom of the ocean more than 20 ships from the Iranian regime. Yeah, that's pretty much the latest news. There's nothing else, right? So we're not going to be trading anything for now. Okay, so this is like, okay, yep. Just going to potentially try that again. Get that pushing again, right? So click this, boom, boom. Yeah. So if you see, it's kind of ranging in this tight range, right? We don't want to be trading when the market is in a range, especially right now when they're doing those snapback moves. So it will come down and snap back, come down and snap back. We want to see volume. We want to see expansion, and then potentially distribution if you're looking for the sell side. Yeah. Good. Yeah, this is something we need to keep in mind, guys. This is the kind of move that we're looking for. Okay. But yeah, this when you know the conditions your system works best in, those are the times you want to be trading. Like, so if we have a 1 minute chart, we can see we have this potentially a breakout should be coming in soon as well. We would want to see price breaking above this level. But yeah, like this is the kind of move you want to see in gold as well. Like when gold is trending, this is the kind of setup we're looking for in a trend setup, right? So it's gonna break out now. Yeah, it's gonna start breaking out. Because the conditions are ideal for breakout style trading right now. And it's just that there's momentum behind the move, so price is gonna break out. But yeah, so this is this is what we need in gold. When we want to be taking high probability setups, this is what we would like to see in gold. Along with the volume, you can see how buyers are clearly dominating the market, whereas sellers, there are less sellers in the market and there are more buyers in the market, which is telling you the market is buy dominant right now, right? So these are some of the things you need to keep in mind when you trade, trade markets. You want to know when the price will start behaving in a certain fashion. And that's why your previous day highs and previous day's low are so important when you're trading in the markets. Yeah, BTC is looking like that, but the gold is pretty much ranging as expected. Yeah, gold is pretty much ranging. So it's just pushing from here, and it's going to go there, and it's going to just keep doing that. However, if one, like such a move potentially could be like you could take a trade here and then try to, close it here, but it's not as easy because once you take the trade, it might just go above and then just keep pushing, take the liquidity and then push back down. So this is something you just be mindful and be safe right now because the market is just not doing what we want it to do. And look at that BTC move, right? We told you live on this channel that BTC is going to break out, right? So, and BTC did break out. And it's only because you understand why it did break out, right? I told you why BTC will break out. So this is some of the things we can keep eye on, and these are some of the learning points that came through experience. I have built this arsenal of knowledge. I've built this toolbox of knowledge through experience in the markets, through 5 years of experience in the market, and eventually being able to call out these breakouts is a huge success. But yeah, just being able to predict breakouts is a massive, massive edge in the market because just breakouts can make you a living in the market. So if we go to, okay, they are saying that crypto stocks are rising, right? But based on my analysis, where is the money flowing? money is actually flowing into, like, it's not, I don't see money flowing into crypto right now. It's just maybe change this and see what happens. And let's see, tech companies. Yeah, 10 companies are going up. Yeah, I do see money flowing into crypto. But the problem here is that it's such a, there's so much manipulation. There's so much manipulation uh, that as an investor, you cannot hold these things anymore. You have to be trading them. And gold is much easier to predict compared to Bitcoin, which has several factors that can impact it, right? So we just gotta be mindful of that as well. So for today, gold is just pretty much ranging. We tried to take a setup here, but it was pretty much the end of the channel. And that's when the channel got created. So we just gotta be, we're not gonna be trading anymore today. Yeah, there's a huge amount of volume coming in BTC right now. I don't know the reason, but it is what it is, right? You can see a lot of volume coming in. But normally what happens is, like, before events uh, like the event that's going to happen today, you'll see such moves happening. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that beautiful trade to the upside, right? We did predict the breakout, price broke out of this level and then pushed up. These are the kind of moves that you want to see in gold as well, right? So gold is kind of pushing sideways right now, but price is moving on the BTC right now, right? BTC is making those moves right now. Wow. The move is pretty good, significant move. However, on the daily, we're still bearish. Yeah, there's a huge distance to cover. What is Sol doing, right? So let's see Sol. Yeah, it's just all the way down, right? But this move could be significant, like, because it's the first weekly candle. However, we are still within this range right here, right? It's still within this range. What about BTC? Yep, same thing, pretty much, right? That's what it is, right? So we're inside the range still. So this is something we need to keep in mind, right? Like, this is where distribution takes place, distribution, expansion. So this is where the expansion will take place, more expansion, 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 expansion. This is distribution, then this is expansion, then price stays within the candles, then another distribution, then expansion, then pretty much within the candles, then another distribution, expansion. So like, this is like, once you start looking at the market in phases, you will understand how the market moves, right? However, right now it looks really good, but if you look at the chart, you'll see that the price is actually ranging within a tight range, top of the range, bottom of the range. So we just gotta wait for, a trend to establish. Those are the times, and with very, very high probability trades. But one thing to keep in mind is that breakout style trading, when will it work, when will it not work, is this kind of move. Yep, gold is just pretty much ranging. And yeah, guys, so that's the end of our stream today. I think we had a lot of fun today in terms of, I shared a huge nugget today with you guys. I hope people watch, this video again, because there is a huge nugget inside this video which might never be shared on our live stream again, because what we have learned today is gonna save people in terms of, ensuring that they don't incur losses and take only the days that would offer high probability trades, right? High probability trades are days of expansion or days of distribution, right? Okay, guys, see you and enjoy the rest of your day. It is risky in the market right now. Not a lot of movement in the market, so just just wait for a trade setup for tomorrow. I don't think it's a good idea to trade today. Okay then. Take care, guys.